Hey, back again. Welcome to the Nicocin Factor. See if we try something new. Yeah, I had a good night at work last night. I did a bit of a blurb after I got home, and man, just trying to figure out this YouTube thing, man. Like 30 minutes supposedly. I've got to verify. I put it through the computer. I'm gonna go see my technical assistant. Well, not assistant, technical helper on this new little enterprise that I'm doing at the moment. So maybe I'll upload that one. I'm not too sure. It was pretty good. I went on a nice little mad little tangent and stuff, but I thought in the meantime I will keep it below 15, I think, and then I'll just roll through. I think it might take about 3 videos to kind of get through the material. I have to try and cut it up and just stay on point, which is super hard. If you've listened to me before, I get into a mad little tangent of just what's going on, and I can't function my hat at the moment. Yep, there we go. So what I covered, I was doing a little bit of cocktails, but I think what the first little segment I'm talking about, I just talk about kind of my passion of bar work, and I don't know, I feel I need to put a little bit of history on it. Like I think I've had a really interesting path towards getting to where I am now. It's always, I have to say, it's always been a hobby. I take my hobby dead fucking serious, and I treat it that way. But it's just been a little bit of a hobby, and I've been doing it for, I think it's close to about 10 years, off and on. It's been like a part-time job that I kind of roll in and out of. My first bar job was, it was at this shithole Milonga, man. Like it was horrible. The owner was seedy, just trying to sleep with backpackers coming through. The other bartender, it was a bit of a joke. It wasn't really bartending in a sense. It was kind of what we would call just bar work, kind of that tokenness. There was no standards, there was no drinks, you know, there was no kind of service, as you're kind of a service industry. So really that kind of service idea really has to be a kind of core kind of aspect in what you want to do through it, and kind of giving a service and why people come back, you know, making connections with people, talking to them, handshaking, you know, getting to know people come through, getting to know your regulars. So I did that for a while. For a little bit I ended up having to leave because I was young. I decided to taste all the spirits in the speed rack. Yeah, just as you do, really, and I ended up just getting absolutely smashed, just slammers really of every speed rack to know what it was. And that was my first introduction, man. It was going nowhere. It was real crazy. I was working Countdown at the time, and you know, it wasn't really kind of a super successful, super kind of enlightening into life, but if I wanted to do it, whatever it was, I would do it. And then I got to a point and I went to Aussie. I think I hung around Brisbane for about 8 months, and in that time, which was a really funny story, I have not done this since, but this story, I love it, sent me off on a tangent, is that I went to Brisbane with about $1,000, and I was there for 4 months before actually knowing where Brisbane was located on a map. Now, that is a lack of research or understanding where you're going, but I think the pure point of me going was that I needed to prove that I could go away and do something, and it was on my own merits. Like, it was, you've just got to prove that when shit gets out of hand, you can do it. And I remember being on my last $250. Like, I had a week left in the backpackers. That was it. And I remember thinking, like, I can't go back home. Like, I can't do it. And then my theory was that if I printed out 50 CVs, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk and hand in CVs everywhere. And I did it, bro. I walked around Brisbane, and I ended up getting a job at a backpackers up the road, Cloud9. It's still part of the group, man. It was a life-changing experience, for the better and the worse, but it was crazy. I'm sure I fit in like 8 months of drinking and just shit that you would normally do in 4 years of uni. And so I worked there during the nights, during the week, and then I found a job as a glasser at funny enough, the stock exchange. And I was was a glassy there, and I worked 24, 36 hours, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, sometimes Sunday, depending if I picked up the work. And that's where I kind of really got introduced to that grind of really understanding just simple laws. Not simple laws, but simple things that make you work or that get you somewhere. The biggest one was, if you want more work, don't ask for it, just turn up early. That was it. I used to turn up half an hour early and be like, can I start? Some days are like, nah. Some days are like, yeah, cool, do it. You do that, you get an extra hour. Easy. I never asked for it. I never asked, I want more shifts, I want more shifts. I just turned up early and I was like, can I start now? And they're like, yeah, sure, go for it, start. And it was just that point that there was no need to ask for it, because I would just turn up and I would just do it. And in that time, I learned to be a glassy. So I was, it was a massive place. You know, they were putting on like 1 million a weekend, kind of 2,000 plus capacity. You had glassies that were rolling around the floor, and then you had a kind of glassy station at the back that would polish, that would clean all the glasses. And you wouldn't polish per se, you would polish wines, but then you would put them through the tray, and then you would stack them. Each station had kind of like your short glasses were stacked 3 high or 2 high on top of each other. And from that, you just had to, it was the trick of making sure that no one ran out of glasses, and no one ran out of glasses in my shift, because I was not going to be the man on the floor, because I was like, that's just the job. That is a job, just going there for cash. And I mean, I worked with Chileans there, and they, oh my God, I couldn't outwork them, man. I tried, but you know, they're just happy all the time. And I was like, these boys have got it going on. No way. But I was always behind the bar. As soon as I got behind the bar, first opportunity I got to do it, I crushed it. So at the time, all you had to do, the basic of your job was to do glasses, and then you had to just make sure that the racks were full of glasses next to each bartender. They had their station. Now, theoretically, they had to look after all their limes, lemons, juices. So they had kind of 4 juices, kind of orange, apple, cranberry. I think they had a bit of lime and lemon as well. Now, they had to organise all of that. They had to refill their own stations. They had to go find more cut. We would cut it downstairs, but we would put it in boxes, and they had to get their own boxes, and they had to do all of that kind of thing. And then I got to the point that I was like, man, I really want to be a bartender, and I found my favourites amongst them. And I kind of just earned their respects. Like, they knew when I was on, I'm like, look, you don't need to get juices, I'll do it for you. And managers were like, no, you need to stop doing this. Like, it's their job to do it. And I was like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm going to do it. I don't care. Like, and I got props from them. Like, it was all, as soon as I was on, they knew it was all good, because I would sit there, you know, they give me drinks, they give me a little bit of tips every now and then, you know, they give me a bit of cash, they give me little kickbacks. Also, another point, look after the bouncers. I love bouncers to pieces. You boys are fucking epic for what you deal with. And I probably would have to apologise when I get hammered and I kind of give you shit. Well, I try not give you shit, because I don't know. You guys, mad job, man. Mad job. So always look after the bouncers. If they need drinks, give them drinks. Yeah, you guys are key. So they would want for nothing. So I'd go around, I'd roll around, and I'd just make sure that they had everything. And in doing that, you see how a bar works. You see how it operates. You see the importance of having structure, having things in place, and being prepping. I mean, as the law of thumb is, if you have a massive night behind a bar, you've at least got 6 hours of prepping behind it. You've got to prep all of your mise en place. As you would say, there would be all your juices, your limes, your lemons, your sugars, everything's tops, everything's within reach. You've got all your shakers, tins, and everything like that. And you would have all of that. And to learn that was to see how these guys work. So you would have a space of, I mean, the bar was small, man. It was like 6 meters long, and you got about 1 meter behind between them, and there'd be 6 bartenders. And they'll be hammering it out, and you know, none of them ran out of glasses on my shift. On my watch, none of them ran out. I knew exactly what was going on, and knew exactly when they do. You know, you do your business, you know just who the guys that can do faster, who the guys can do slower. Also, I learned how to move. It was weirdly enough like a little bit of a dance. You move around them. So in my mind, it was, they're the guys making the cash, they're the ones making the drinks, they're the ones doing the customers. I myself had no rep with customers. Like, no one would give a fuck, really. You know, they're all businessmen and shit like that, so no one would care. But the bartenders were the ones that knew the importance of my job. So the idea was that I had to move, I had to go around them, and they just had to do their job, and I would move around them. I would see when they'll move, I'd see what they would do. I would never hit them, I would never get in their way. I would get things for them, and I would do that. And by doing that, I think I learned like fundamental skills in a bar, which has carried me through that. Once you understand those basics, it becomes really easy that when you start stepping up, and I had to step up, like I did bar work. I mean, I lost a few bar jobs there. The biggest one, in New Zealand we have a drink called tui, and in Australia you have a drink called tuai. Now I remember having a job that one of my exes from way back helped me get a job there, and I knew nothing, bro. I sat there and this customer for like 15 minutes was like, can I have a tuai? And I was like, we don't sell tui in this country, man. Can I have a tuai? I was like, we don't sell tui. And I bombed for an hour, and then they put me on the pizza station, gave me 25 bucks, and I never heard back from them again. I had another job as well, that didn't pan out. I was too glassy, the bartenders, they had a real distinction between the two, and they didn't work, and I flaked out on that. And then I came back home and I rolled around a few bars here while doing my studies in wine and doing other things on the side. And then I ran into kind of my bar manager that kind of taught me everything I know to date. He kind of taught me very boring, the ideas of what cocktails are, which we'll cover in a little bit. And yeah, and that to me was actually a really fantastic kind of curve, and I found just learning from the bottom and just really going from that. And if you understand the bottom man's job and you're above him, and if you know his job exactly, A, you know if he's fucking up, B, you know exactly what he's doing, and they respond to that. If you know exactly what they're doing, you're like, yeah, I know what you're doing, man. Like, I've done it, so you can't shit talk me, you can't try and pull the wool over my eyes or anything, because I know exactly what you're doing, my man. And you get respect for that, because when you need to chip in and help out, you know exactly how to help them out, you know where you can help them out, you know when to leave them alone, you know when they got shit under control. And in a sense, I think that kind of covers everything that you do. That if you know the man below you's job, and he needs help, you can roll in and help him exactly how he needs you, because you know the operations and the fundamental things in place. So yeah, that's I think I would call it kind of part one. I had to try and speed through it. I'm on a time lapse. It's interesting. I'm talking really fast, but that's good. So that's my bar work. That's kind of my little kind of expression of how I'm doing what I'm doing now. And I think, yeah, cool, man. We'll go from here.